On PNB Housing, the management held a meeting yesterday to address the way forward and the strategy on affordable housing business. My colleague Shabana Sheikh caught up with Girish Kousgi, who is the MD and CEO of PNB Housing. Now, Mr. Kousgi spoke about the growing affordable housing book and growing it to 5,000 crore rupees by the year end. Listen in to that conversation.
See, today our book is about, retail book is 68,000 crores. Out of 68,000 crores, affordable is 3,000 crores. So it is very, very small because we just started now. The growth would look little higher because the base is very small. But our plan is to get to 5,000 crores by this year end and to 15,000 crores on affordable by FY27. So that's a plan on affordable. We are not seeing, stress on the affordable or any other segment because we keep doing this check every quarter and we have not seen any stress.
So reports are saying that developers are not actually adding inventory to end customers. So how are you seeing demand on that front?
See, if you look at prime, if you look at emerging, I think there's a lot of developers who are coming out with projects. On the affordable side, because I think some of the developers feel that these projects are not viable and the time it takes to launch the project from the land acquisition takes too much of time, and therefore they feel they should focus more on luxury and premium properties. And to that extent, on the affordable, I think developer coming out with more projects, I think that has come down. That's only about 20% of the overall market. 80% of market is self-construction, purchase and resale transactions.
So, wanted to understand, you also announced that you would be creating a LAP vertical, separate LAP vertical. You're already into LAP. Wanted to understand what would be the composition of that. You're going big on high yielding products, keeping in profitability in mind. So, could you just throw in a number for us? What would be the composition of LAP of the overall total loan book of yours?
See, LAP will only help us to the growing business. So the yields are not significantly higher in LAP. It is few bips higher. So LAP is going to help us. It is more focused on a particular product and therefore this new vertical. It's going to help us in our journey to 1 lakh crore. So this also is part of 1 lakh crore retail book size by FY27.
So, any concerns on NPA given that you're planning to grow affordable housing segment and LAP? Any concerns on NPA given that there's going to be slowdown in the economy after the GDP figures that we're seeing? So, that economic activity is likely to slow down. So, what's your concern? What's your view on asset quality?
We've seen one data point on GDP. I think economy is doing well. There is definitely growth in the segment where we are in, and we have not seen any slowdown. I think the industry has seen a bit of slowdown in H1 that has to do a lot with the heat wave, elections, and of course recent election in Maharashtra. And in some of the states, I think there was some delay in the registration process. Otherwise, the demand is still intact. And in PNB housing, we have not seen any challenge on the demand.
So, wanted to understand what is your outlook on net interest margins given that, rate cuts would be on the horizon. So, how would that affect, your margins? You're also diversifying your loan book. So, how do you see margins going forward?
So, we are doing multiple things to better our margins. So rate cut will have an impact. That is because of the lag effect. I think we'll be able to manage it because we are doing multiple things to increase our margins. We have guided 3.5%. I think we'll be above 3.5% on margin.
That is by the end of this financial year?
We have said 3.5% for next few quarters.
So, your corporate NPAs have come down significantly, since June 2023. Do you think that is the reason why you want to come back to the corporate loan space?
No, that's not the reason. I think we know that we had a large corporate book. It was under stress. Obviously, we wanted to take a pause, work on the book in terms of degrowing. We wanted to work on NPAs and resolve all those accounts. So now the NPA is zero. And we know this market very well. We are the third largest, HFC in the country. and we don't want to be away from this space because there's a lot of potential here as well, and therefore this would be a more calibrated effort in terms of building the book very slowly in corporate. That's the reason our plan is going to be to get to a book of about 7,000, 8,000 crores in next 3 years' time. So we'll not be growing this book faster. We will do very safe, secure, sound business in corporate.
So what is the sanction pipeline line and what kind of... Okay.
We are yet to start.
And what kind of sectors are you targeting in the corporate space?
Largely we'll be focusing on construction finance.
Okay, all right. So I also wanted to understand fundraising. You said that PNB Housing Finance is well capitalized.
Yeah.
So how is the funding mix changing given that bank lending is sort of coming down? So do you plan to increase your dependence on NHB refinance? How is ECB borrowing looking like?
I think largely the funding mix would remain same. So deposit we are at about 30-31%. I think that would almost remain there. So there will be a shift from bank to a little bit on ECB and NCDs, because NCD is coming at a slightly lower rate. So there will be a small tweak, maybe 1%, 2%, 3% in next few quarters. Otherwise, largely the mix is not changing.
Can we expect PNB Housing Finance to tap the overseas market this financial year?
It all depends on the rate, so it depends on the price.
Well, important conversation, especially on a day when PNB Housing Finance's stock is doing well too, because the guidance that they've given is very, very strong. Remember, loan book of 5,000 crores by FY25, 15,000 crores by FY27. Girish Kousgi is reasonably bullish on the growth, and that's why the stock is doing well in trade. We take a break on that note. Up next, we'll get you